Another day, another Vita vlog. Your boy's got a strawberry matcha drink, and I'm chilling in a park again, like I did last time. If you saw the video where I was chilling in a park last time, I'm in the same place. Just this time, I'm using my tripod that I have in my car, actually. What's up, everybody? Oh my God, I almost spilled that everywhere. The game plan for today was to continue reading this book and chill at a coffee shop. Coffee shop was pretty jam-packed, which you would assume on a Saturday. But you know, I don't know where I was gonna film this, but I decided why not just go film it now, while I'm at the park and somebody just went by. I talked about this in the live streaming video where I was like, I'm gonna make a video about loneliness. And you know, it is something that I am coming to terms with lately, that I do think sorry if I'm like a little weary of everybody around me, because I'm always weary that people are trying to sneak up on me, you know what I mean? Should actually lock my doors in case that's a problem. But I wouldn't be lonely if somebody did that. But no, I'm slowly coming to terms with the idea that maybe I am a little lonely at times, especially like I mentioned in the live streaming thing. I think live streaming for the longest time kept me from feeling that way because I was always interacting with people, and it felt like there was more people in my life than actually were. And I live with family, so I have that, you know, I know a lot of people would be like, oh, at your age, you're living with family and all that jazz. I have my reasons for it, but one of the reasons that I definitely view as a bright side is I'm getting to spend way more time with my family than a lot of people are ever going to. Like people that, you know, left their houses early or live across the world. Like there's one guy, I forget, I think it's the same guy that sells that big ass calendar that I talked about, because I know he's like an influential guy, and I think it might be him. He mentioned how, you know, when do you see your parents? And a lot of people are like, I see them at Christmas and whatever, like I see them like 2 or 3 times a year. And they're like, okay. And you're like, so you have, let's look at it at a different perspective. You see them twice a year and your parents are, let's say 60. You are going to see your parents, you know, if they lived to 80, you're going to see them, you know, 40 more times or whatever. And like, when you look at it like that, it's just like, oh, damn, I see my parents every day. And I've seen my parents age and stuff like that. And some people might be like, I don't want to see that. And I do think that's one of the reasons why people kind of don't like to live with their parents, is because they don't want to see their parents getting frailer and stuff like that. My parents are still going pretty strong, I think, which is great. And I hope I have many, many more decades with them. But, so I'm not lonely from that standpoint. Like, and I do think my parents and my family, have been a big reason why I've been able to positively deal with anxiety, because they've been there. I've been able to talk to them if I've needed to. And I think that's definitely helped me a lot. And a lot of people don't have that. So I don't take that for granted, because I think there's probably somebody watching this video being like, if I had the chance to have lived with my parents longer, I would have. Because I've met a lot of people like that are out there struggling because, you know, they might have their own place and people might have their like, oh, I have my own apartment or whatever, but they're not living comfortably. Like I have a lot of friends that are stressed the fuck out. The train's going by. I'm sorry. I had to like change. I got a phone call, speaking of family. But the train was going by. But yeah, so that's kind of where I wanted to pick it up. To get back into it. I have a lot of friends that are extremely stressed, you know what I mean? Like I think people forget that idea of living. I'd rather live comfortably than be like extremely independent, in my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel about that. It's one of the reasons why, like, you know, I pay for stuff at my family's house. I'm not freeloading. Like I think a lot of people have that assumption with people that live with family, but I think it's also very different in the Latino culture. And you know, and nowadays too, like I've never loved the idea since I was for like a little kid. I don't know why. I've never liked the idea of renting. I thought it was stupid. I get it. Like if you need to, if you have to, obviously, because like not everybody can just go out and get a loan and buy a house and all that jazz. I understand why renting is, but me personally, this is only my view, I've never liked the idea of investing thousands of dollars, sorry, burp, into a place I'm never going to own. Like, that's just not good, in my opinion, you know what I mean? And it doesn't help that a lot of these people out here are fucking charging like $2,000 for a normal sized apartment. and you know, you're freaking like, that could be going into like purchasing a house, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know, like I've just never been a big fan of that, and so that's the reason why I haven't moved out. I did talk to a friend recently though that my game plan was to be out of my house by my current age. I was not expecting anxiety to be a thing. So I think anxiety, when I say that anxiety has taken 4 years from my life, I genuinely mean it. I am trying to get on the right mental path to see it more as a positive situation than thinking of it in a negative way. Because I don't think sitting here and being like, anxiety took 4 years of my life, you know, I don't think that there's no benefit from it. Like, who benefits from that? To be honest, it makes me look weaker. I think some people would be like, that guy just bitches about everything. And it doesn't do anything for me in the long run. But I can sit here and say that I do think anxiety, you know, it has gotten in the way of things. And part of that is probably made me a lot lonelier, I think. Because before I had anxiety, I was making a lot of efforts to go out and hang out with friends. Maybe not a lot, but I was doing it more, or I was trying to do things. Like I would go to Austin just to go to Austin, right? I would drive to places just to drive to places. I would reach out to friends to be like, hey, you want to hang out or you want to go do this? I was making a lot more effort to go do things. And, you know, that is, I haven't done that as much. And it's something I've been doing recently because I think it is better. Like, I think, you know, a lot of people will say that humans were social creatures, right? And I think a lot of us forget that. I do have a lot of friends that are introverts that are like, dude, I like being by myself. But I think eventually you need some kind of interaction. It's okay to be like, yeah, I'll go to one event and then I want to be by myself for the next 7 days. That's fine. At least you went to the event. You know what I mean? You're still getting some social interaction. Or some people are totally cool with just going to work, getting that social interaction, and then after that they want to be alone forever. That's fine. I'm totally cool with that. But at least you're getting something. But, you know, the last 4 years or so, I've been working at home by myself. And that is a very lonesome thing, man. Like, there is a benefit of being able to, you know, make your own hours and, like, make your own schedule and do whatever you want. But it gets put on you to really be, like, you have to make all the effort to not be by yourself anymore. And I think that's really tough. And then, you know, like, I've said this before. I think I can have a conversation with anybody. Doesn't really matter. But I will say, you know, if I am around a pretty lady, that is a little bit harder to do. I will say that. It looks like I'm about to have somebody pull into my... Ironically, pretty lady just pulled up. Tell you, man, that's the universe. At least somebody, the person that was driving. I didn't see the other people in the car. That was funny. But anyways, so yeah, you have to make a big effort. I don't know where I got cut off there. I don't know. It's a weird thing about recording in public. I used to be totally cool with it. Like, I used to be able to walk around and just, you know, film stuff. I don't know what changed. This is something I talked about in therapy. You know, back in my 20s, I think I might have mentioned this in a previous vlog, I'm not too sure. But back in my 20s, man, you go back and watch some of that early vlog content. I was vlogging in public. I was vlogging in the airport. I was vlogging places. I might have still felt anxious for sure. But like in reality, I was definitely, you know, just more, I don't know what I'm saying. I was anxious, but I was able to do shit. Like, I didn't care. Now I do. I don't know why. And I think that's definitely hurt me. Or not. Yeah, I think it's probably like wherever that shift came from. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's because I felt inconvenienced or I thought people were going to think I'm weird or what the case was. But I think that has been a detrimental hit to me being alone a little bit more, because I'm like, oh, this person doesn't think I'm weird, or this person, like, whatever. Like, it's just a very odd situation. And as I get older, like, I start realizing these kind of things. Like, why do you care? Like, why does it matter? And I don't know why. Like, I don't know why it started or where it came from. I think I have moments that I can point to. Like, I remember one moment, my aunt was living with us for a time, and I was being loud, like streaming and all that stuff. I don't like to inconvenience people, man. I don't want to, like, you know, ruin somebody's sleep or whatever. But I remember getting a text because my aunt was saying, like, you're being too loud. And I was also like, at first I was a little mad because I'm like, you live with us, like, you deal with it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I wanted to say. But then I'm like, okay, I am probably being loud. and maybe my family doesn't want to say anything about it, but still, like, it was just kind of, I was like, okay, well, I'm just not going to be loud anymore. And it's funny, I saw a skit on Instagram a long time ago where, like, a girl was with her boyfriend and her boyfriend's being, like, real silly, and she's like, man, you're weird, or you're annoying, and then it just, like, the guy shuts down, and I'm like, dude, that's so relatable. And I think a lot of guys are like that. I think when somebody you care about shuts you down, it makes you feel a certain type of way. It's one of the reasons why I got into YouTube originally. If you guys don't know the story, when I got into YouTube originally, I got out of 2 bad relationships back to back. And I was like, I need to do something to get out of my shell, man, because I don't feel like happy. I'm not myself. And so I used YouTube to do that. And that's why I started taking the chances with, like, doing skits and trying to be funny and, you know, just having a bigger voice and stuff like that, because my, you know, 5-year relationship, like, just beat me down, man. Like, it was bad. And again, I always say that relationship was not perfect. We were both bad in different situations, but I know that, like, she beat my personality down, like, 100%. Probably another reason why, like, I'm very closed off when it comes to meeting people, because, like, you know, especially with nowadays, it's like hookup culture and all that kind of jazz. I'm totally on board with that, but I'm just, like, also very upfront, because I don't want people's feelings to get hurt, because I know I can get in the feels too. I wouldn't want to do that. So I'm trying to be very upfront with people when I meet them. And then, like, I don't know, man, like, today's day and age in meeting people is just, like, really hard. Because it's like, I don't know, man, it just feels like you have to be on all the time. And it's like, back in the day, dude, I just remember, like, on, you know, when it was like the early days of social media, Facebook, MySpace, all that jazz, everybody would kind of just talk to everybody. But now everybody's, like, looking out for signs if everybody's weird. You know what I mean? Like, oh, is that guy weird? Did he say, oh, look at his interest and all this kind of stuff. And I'm not saying this from just a male perspective. I think, you know, this happens both ways. It's not just, like, only females that act like this. But, like, it is just very, like, weird. I feel like that's why a lot of people feel alone, is because people are constantly just like, dude, I just want to be myself and not have to put on a mask to try to find somebody that wants to date me or whatever, right? And it was funny. I don't know if my friend's watching this. I don't know if she watches my vlogs, but I was talking to my friend the other day, and she was like, I told her, I was like, dude, I have no, like, charisma. I have, like, nothing that, like, as people would say today, riz. I don't have that when it comes to trying to meet somebody. Like, I'm not the guy that goes up to women and being like, oh my God, hey, you know, can, like, say whatever to get them to go on a date. I'm just not good at it. Maybe I am, and I can be, but I just haven't done it properly. And I don't know, it's weird. Because I also, again, don't like inconveniencing people, right? So if I see, like, a pretty girl at, like, her job, I don't want to be like, hey, baby, you know what I mean? I think it's just, like, really weird. And so, like, it keeps me from trying to reach out. It keeps from trying to make those connections. And also, it's just, like, I think about, like, everything I have to explain, right? Like, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to explain I did this, or I have to explain what happened for the last 4 years and why I don't have this, and, like, my job. And I don't know, like, I think I'm too much in my head when it comes to that, and I fully admit that, but I do know it's part of the reasons why I'm alone. But yeah, I don't know. And then, so it's just, like, really weird. I think I am an overthinker when it comes to that. But my friend was saying, she was like, dude, you got charisma. She was like, the way she worded it, and it's funny, we already chatted about this, because I told her, I was like, damn, you just, like, kicked me in the nuts with that one. She was like, your charisma is in friendship. And I was just like, wow. I was all like, yeah, you just said I'm good enough to just be a friend. And then she was like, no, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. What she meant was that, like, if I'm friends with somebody first, like, that's when I become, like, my true self. And that's when it shows, like, oh, that's who he is. And that's where, like, I shine. And that's where people will start to like me, is where she was coming from. I got the burps, man. But I just thought it was funny. I thought it was funny that she put it out there like that. But yeah, I just kind of, I've always wanted to talk about this because it's not something I really do talk about. When I have met people because of past relationships, I am very on guard. And I cut a lot of people off at the knees, because I'm just like, look, I don't want to lead you on. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. And if I see a lot of traits that in those 2 relationships I had back to back, like, especially as I get older, like, that's the one thing, is I don't like to judge people, like, that they need to have certain things at certain ages. But like, if I see traits that I saw in my, you know, in the girls I dated when I was 18 to 24, like, if you have those traits when we're like closer to 40, like, holy shit. Like, that's kind of like, for me, that it just seems like immature, you know what I mean? And I think everybody kind of grows at a different time. I'm still growing at my current age, but it's just like, I think this is fair. I think there are some people that are like, I don't want to be the person that needs to help you see the light to grow into the person that you can be, you know what I mean? Because here's the thing, some people just won't grow. And it's like, you have to decide, am I willing to waste the next few months to years on this person who may never grow into that? Or am I willing to do this, right? And I think that's like another reason why I will say that I do think I have been lonely, or I should say I haven't put myself out there a lot. I think I'm trying to do that a lot more lately, is obviously being a little bit more vulnerable in vlogs and stuff like this, but also like I'm going out more, because like I would just be home. Like, you can't expect to like find somebody if you're gonna just be fucking sitting at home all day. Like, that's the truth. And so I'm like, I need to get out there more, I need to meet more people, I need to do more things, and I'm definitely trying to do that. And yeah, like, just going out, just buying like a coffee, like, you never know what's gonna happen when you just go out and buy it. Well, that's a matcha, but you know what I mean? Like, you never know what's gonna happen. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. And like, I'm just trying to put myself out there more, but I do think I project a lot too. I feel like I project that, like, oh, this person that I might be interested in is gonna question why I still live at home, or why I haven't done this, or like, you know, why I'm in this situation, you know what I mean? And maybe people aren't like that. Maybe people don't care. Like, maybe there's somebody that watches my vlogs and like, Juice, like, nobody gives a shit about that. Like, I don't know. But then I've also heard it from people, like, flat out, like, say, like, you're that age and you still live at home, like, what the fuck happened? And although that person that I heard it from said, like, I need to know that you're responsible, I guarantee you I'm one of the most responsible people you'll ever meet. I just don't have the fucking shit you think I should have. But yeah, I don't know. It's very weird. I think I do project a lot. I'm very self-aware of my insecurities at times. But you know, to make the long story a little bit longer, I do think at the end of the day, I have just come across, I've just started to realize, like, that I am getting a little tired of being alone. That doesn't mean I'm like looking for like the person I'm gonna marry right now, but I do think I need to put a little bit more effort to get out there to try to be just like a better me in general, because I also think I'm getting better mentally, which I think is great. And yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to just talk about that, because I do think loneliness is something that a lot of people suffer with. And I want to let you know, just because you think that maybe somebody is doing well or has, you know, a good life or whatever, doesn't mean that they're not lonely. You know what I mean? Because I think a lot of people see that I'm working on a bunch of stuff, or I do like a lot of stuff back in the day. I think lately, I don't know what people's perception of me is anymore, because I stopped doing a lot of things. I've probably been forgotten by a lot of people too, to be honest, which is okay. I'm hoping that someday I will do something that is skyrocketing and people are like, holy shit, I used to watch that guy when I was like 12. You know what I mean? He used to talk about comic books, because that's how everybody remembers me. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I had more to say. I probably could have said it better in this vlog about loneliness. But yeah, I don't know. I think, you know what? I'm going to spin this off and talk about, I might do a video about regrets, because I feel like that's something I could talk about, because that might be part of loneliness as well. Or that it might be something that feeds into my loneliness. So come back tomorrow. There might be a video about regrets, and I might talk about that. I don't know when I'll talk about it, where I'll talk about it. I don't even know if it'll be tomorrow's video. But it was something I did want to talk about, because I have some thoughts on it. But I do think that maybe part of the stuff that feeds my loneliness is also like stuff that I think I regret, or things that I think I might regret. We'll come back and talk to them about that in the future. But anyways, that's it for this vlog, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I feel like I could have talked about this more. Didn't help that, you know, pretty girl showed up right next to me, and then also somebody called me midway through. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you in the next one.